my first YouTube video. In this video I'm going to be showing you all how I make my chocolate covered strawberries. In this part I'm just showing you all the ingredients. You know, we use strawberries, we're going to use baking chips, we're going to use sprinkles, food coloring, a little bit of everything. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and take some time to do that now. So here you all are just seeing me get prepared to start washing the strawberries and cleaning them. Of course, we have to wash our hands first before we do any of that because we're dealing with food. So this is how I start every single order. Dry my hands, put on my gloves, and then we're gonna go ahead and start washing the strawberries. And what I also like to do is wash the container because I use that same container to put the strawberries that I'm gonna use for the order in there. What I like to do is pick the biggest strawberries out of the bunch. Usually my orders come in a dozen, so that's 12 strawberries, and so I pick the biggest ones that I can find in that bag or in that container, and I use those. So now you are seeing me put wax paper on my baking sheet. I use waxing paper so that the strawberries do not stick to the baking sheet. And here you all see me drying the strawberries. So you have to dry the strawberries thoroughly because if chocolate mixes with water, it'll mess up the chocolate. So you all see me sticking these toothpicks in the strawberries because it'll be easier for me to dip it in the chocolate once I do that. And like I said, it's very important for it to be super dry. So in this piece, or in this part, you all see me opening the baking chips that I use. And guess what? Mistakes always happen. We always have these mistakes, y'all. I'm a very clumsy person, so after we do that, I'm gonna put in the chocolate in the microwave for about 30 seconds until it is melted. So I'm just gonna be stirring around every 30 seconds to make sure that it melts the way that it is supposed to melt. And we're going to stick it back in the microwave until it gets to this consistency. And you all see there's no clumps, everything is smoothing together. And that's what we like to see, that's how we want it. After, we're going to get a little bit of Crisco and we're going to melt it in the microwave as well. Because when we put our food coloring, it's going to make the chocolate a little clumpy. So the Crisco will make our chocolate consistency just a little bit smoother. So I'm just gonna pour, I have a royal blue order today, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit of that, well, a lot of that in the container with the white chocolate and just mix until we have a smooth consistency. So here the chocolate wasn't the color that I was striving for, so I just added a little bit more food coloring and I'm just mixing until I get that royal blue color that I want. So you all see that it looked clumpy there, and I grabbed the Crisco, added a little bit in there, and you all are gonna see that it'll be smooth. After that, I'm gonna grab 2 cups and we're gonna go ahead and put our royal blue chocolate in that cup. And then we're gonna put the white chocolate in the other cup. And I use cups because it's easier for me to dip my strawberries and cover them fully in chocolate when I use the cups, instead of just taking it straight out of the bowl. So we're gonna start dipping now. And so I grab the stems of each of the strawberries, like so. And then I go ahead and I dip them into my chocolate. And I make sure that I cover the whole strawberry. I'm sorry my hand is in the way right there, but there we go. I cover the entire strawberry and then what I'm doing now is I'm just shaking it just a little bit and tapping it on the side of the cup so that it doesn't have a big puddle at the end when I put it on the baking sheet. And I'm just gonna do the same thing for all of the other ones. So I'm gonna be doing 6 blue and 6 white. into the decoration phase, which is my favorite part of making chocolate covered strawberries. So like we saw before, I'm going to be dipping the strawberries in the chocolate and shaking off the excess. And after that, we're going to be grabbing our royal blue sprinkles. And I'm just going to be taking the sprinkles while the chocolate is still wet and just sprinkling the sprinkles on top, like so. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with other sprinkles that I have. This order was royal blue, white, and black. So we're just going to be decorating our strawberries with those colors. So now it's time for us to do our drizzle. What I do is I grab some Ziploc bags and put the rest of the chocolate that I didn't use that was in the cup. I put in the Ziploc bag and I cut the tip, and that is my DIY piping bag. I've tried to use the real piping bags and they just don't work for me, so I rather just stick to the sandwich bags, the Ziploc bags, and this is how they come out. My lines when I first started, y'all, they were horrible. I'm gonna be showing you all that later, but they were just bad. So now we have pretty lines that are even and symmetrical, which is a good thing. And so I'm just gonna be doing that for all of the rest of the strawberries. Here I sometimes do the drizzle and grab my sprinkles and put it on top of the drizzle line so that it can have that effect of, you know, having the sprinkles as a line. And this is how our strawberries are looking. So on this order, we're going to be adding some of the edible pictures that we make. Our customer is a realtor and he had a closing on this day, and that's why we're making our strawberries. So I put the logo of the company on one of our edible papers, and then I put the little message on the other piece. So now we're just going to be cutting those into round little figures, and then we're going to be using this edible glue. And that's what we're going to be using to stick our edible paper or our edible pictures onto our strawberries. So I just put a good amount on them and just stick it there. And that is how it looks. And we're going to just be doing the same thing for the rest of the pictures. And now we're going to be moving on to our packaging. I like to use these boxes with our logo, and I stick it on the box, and look how cute. And that's what I use to pack my customers' orders. I just feel like it's a really nice way, a cute way, you know, to display the strawberries. And so now I grab my cupcake liners and just grab the strawberries and put them in the box in a neat and orderly fashion to make it look cute. Thank you all for joining me today, and just a reminder, please make sure to share, subscribe, and like this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.